Hi, my name is Kim Mazzella, and I am a mindset coach and a light docent. And today I want to talk about choices. So I had a really interesting conversation with a client of mine today, and she reached out because she had a terrible decision to make. Right? Um, she was in a bind, and it was a financial one, and she was going to make a long-term decision about her finances in a state of fear. And I understood because it felt very much like she had to make this long term decision. But I said, can you put this decision off for one day? Why did I do that? Because life is always going to force us to grow. I don't know why. It is just part of life. And why it forces us to grow is it wants us to really move into the energy of love. And then when we move into the energy of love, all our choices look way better, right? But when you are in the energy of fear, what happens is any choice you make in the energy of fear is going to bring more fear to it. It's just the way it is. Now, I didn't like any of her options, to be honest with you, right? I didn't like any of her options, but I do know this that they say that you should follow the path of least resistance. The path of least resistance tends to be the path that will bring you what they say downstream, more towards what you want. But you can't get into the path of least resistance from terror. You can't get there. So I asked her, can you wait a second? Do you have a little, can you take a minute and do use some tools before you make this decision? So she said, yes, I can. I said, so I'd like you to do this for 24 hours. So there was a person involved in the decision. And there's also, and a possibility for miracles. What I wanted her to do was create room for miracles, right? Now that doesn't mean that she might still end up at the end of the day without having to make a bad decision, but at least she will do it from a place of peace and power, not from a place of total fear. So I told her to say, thank you, universe, for offering me so many new choices. Help me to see possibilities that I did not consider. Thank you so much for bringing possibilities from all directions. Open my mind to things that I might not consider. Because right now, her choice looks like she has to do this or she has to do that. That's it. And I said, maybe there's some possibilities in that realm that we haven't considered. And, I said, have you tried this? And she said, yeah, that won't work. So it really did feel like there was only two choices that she could make. And I get it. And she's in a bind. So fear will bring you to fear, will bring you to more fear. But we want to kind of change. Now, I'm not saying she might not have to make a bad decision, but when you make a bad decision, knowing that it is the path of least resistance, and from that point of peace, you are at least empowered to catapult from that bad decision, or from that decision that wasn't the one you really wanted, which was not, didn't feel like it was on the table. She can catapult more easily into a better space. So what I told her to do for one day was bless the situation, ask that there was blessings rained upon the other person, ask that there was blessing rained upon her, ask that she sees it through the eyes of highest mind and highest vision, ask that any possibilities that are possible, call them in from the north, south, east, and west, and every direction in between. Ask her, ask for help from the realm beyond, ask for help from this realm, that she'll meet people that will whisper ideas into her mind, that she will bump into people who have great ideas, and ask for a miracle. Thank you for a miracle. And what a miracle is a shift in perception from powerless to powerful. And when you move into that space of I'm so powerful, I can make it a much better decision. And it may be the decision that she started with, but she's got to start it from a much more powerful place, recognizing this is just a step in the direction of where she really wants to go. So if you have a really tough choice, which many of us are faced with, do not make it from the point of fear. Do your best to send blessings to everyone involved, to get down and dirty on your knees and say, I ask for a miracle. Send it from north, south, east, and west, any direction in between. Send it in a message from a friend, whisper from the above, wherever. But if you don't believe in magic in the world, because you don't have to call it magic, I call it miracles, right? But if you don't believe, miracles happen every day, and why shouldn't you have one? The only way that you have to make a miracle happen, though, is you'll never have one in a state of fear. You can only have them in the state of peace. So I hope you like what I had to say. And if you're having a really tough choice, please listen to this video and do what I said, because it really does help. Give yourself 24 hours. If you can give yourself longer, give yourself that amount of time. But everybody deserves to make peace in their lives, and so do you. So if you like what I had to say, please consider joining my group, Supercharge Your Mindset, if you're not already in my group. And I am going to be offering my course in group form at the beginning of March. So if you're interested, reach out. But as always, remember this: life is super short. So have fun in life and support each other to have fun in life too, and love everything. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.